Hi everyone, welcome to the Sew Essential vlog. We've got a really special video for you this week, a fashion show of the 23 garments that I made in 2019. If you want more details, there are individual blog and vlog posts below, and I'll talk a little bit at the end about my thoughts, but for now, let's have some fun, check it out. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We had so much fun making that video. It was really such a great day, and it was a lot of work. I did have to cart half my wardrobe to work, which was an undertaking in itself, and then all the accessories and things. But it was a really fun day, and I hope that you guys have got as much enjoyment out of it as I did. On a personal level, it was also really useful for me to reflect on what I made last year. You know, throughout my sewing journey, I've been sewing for 4 years now. I've always taken time to stop and reflect and look back at what I've achieved and what I've done, and then looked forward and thought, well, where would I like to improve, or what would I like to do more of? So I'm just going to share those thoughts with you now. So I made 23 garments. which is 10 more than I made in the previous year. And that's not, I don't think the quantity of garments that I produced is ever going to be a goal for me, because you know, I think that can take the fun out of it a bit. It's not about quantity, but what it does show me is that actually I spent the same amount of time sewing as I did the previous year. I might even have spent more the previous year, to be honest, but just because I've practiced and practiced and practiced, and I've practiced regularly. I have little breaks when I go on holiday or at Christmas or whatever, which I find really helpful as well. They really get me back motivated to sew again when I have a little break, but because I practice most weeks, all the skills and techniques now, I'm starting to be able to do them a lot more quickly than I used to. So that has really paid off, just really dedicating myself to it and keep practicing things until I get better. And therefore the quality of the garments I'm really very proud of. So even if I'd have made like a third of what I made or even less, if it's neat and it's professionally finished and it fits really well, then that is absolutely brilliant for me. And then that means I want to wear the garments more and more, and that is the real like achievement this year for me, is I feel that I've actually created a very wearable wardrobe, handmade wardrobe. So all of the garments you saw in the video, I genuinely wear all the time when the appropriate season's here, of course. We get some real extremes here in the UK. But I love wearing my handmade clothes now. I've developed a wardrobe that fits with my lifestyle and fits with my needs. And more often than not, more days of the week than not, I'm wearing handmade clothes. I might not always have a fully handmade outfit on, but at least one of the items will be. And I'd say that's probably 5 days a week, maybe more some weeks, maybe all the days some weeks, and that feels great. And the reason is because I've actually got to the point where I'm producing stuff that I would rather wear than things I've got from the shops. And that's probably because I don't really buy very much from the shops anymore as well. But, you know, I will choose the things that I've made because I know they're finished well. I know they're professionally finished. I know they've got some quirky little individual things on them that I've created. I know that they fit really well. And that just feels great to have reached that point. And I buy hardly any ready to wear clothes now. The only ones I buy are things that I don't want to make or I can't make because I can't get my hands on the right things, or I haven't got the time, for example. So I really don't buy anywhere near as many clothes as I used to, which is lovely. Not just from a cost point of view, but just from a sustainability point of view. I feel like my wardrobe's a lot more well thought out now. In the past I've had things hanging in my wardrobe that I never wear, whereas now all of the items in my wardrobe, you know, I genuinely love them. There's very few things that I look at and would think I'm never going to wear that. So that's great. And I think the way that I've done that is by just stopping and thinking of those moments when I'm reaching into the wardrobe and thinking, what am I going to wear? I've got nothing to wear for this occasion, and spotting those gaps and then thinking, okay, what do I want to make? And quite often I will actually have a look on ready to wear websites. So for example, a gap that it's still not 100% filled, I still need to work more on it, is sort of casual dresses that are dressy enough to wear to an occasion, but you're not going to feel so overdressed in them. So things like this dress that I'm wearing, and I've made other different things as well that, you know, maybe aren't strappy and really formal evening wear, but dressy enough to wear to an event on an evening. So I'll acknowledge that and recognise that. And then I'll get onto some of my favourite ready-to-wear websites, have a look around for some ideas, and then start to find the patterns and the fabrics that I can use to create that look. And that's worked really well. I've worked with some new fabrics this year. I've worked with sequins, needlecord and leather look fabric. All of those were new to me. And then I've really sort of worked with a wide range of other woven and knit and jersey fabrics as well. So, and again, just by working with those and varying them, you know, I feel like I've really honed my skills in those areas. I'm not an expert. I don't profess to be an expert. I don't think anybody ever really is. I think there's always more that we can learn, which is one of the reasons why sewing is so addictive. But yeah, it's been good from that point of view. I think in terms of learning new techniques, I've worked with those new fabrics. I probably haven't learned huge amounts of new techniques, and there's probably things that I could stretch myself with. In an ideal world, I'd love to do a bit of tailoring. I'd love to make another pair of jeans. I'd love to do some of those longer, slower projects. So that's something that, you know, I do struggle to find time to do, and maybe I'll try and do some of those this year, we'll see. But I'm not going to break a sweat over it, because actually I love doing what I'm doing. I love making wearable, simple, everyday clothes. That does mean that sometimes things might be a bit plain or a bit boring, even some people might call them, but hey, we all need those plain and more boring items in our wardrobe, and the buzz I get from wearing them and the buzz I get from sharing them with you guys, that's enough to feed my enthusiasm and my motivation. So I hope you've enjoyed all of that today. As I mentioned at the start of the video, the links to all the blog posts and individual vlogs for the different garments are below. And if you like what you see today, please like and subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, perhaps share it with your sewing buddies. I look forward to seeing you next time.